Hashtag I Connect Peace.
I am a teacher. I teach peace. I respect diversity of culture and religion in school. Hashtag I Connect Peace. Sa magulong mundo, apektado ako, tutulong ako. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Medic ako, nagre-rescue ako. I save lives. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Community development ako. Imagpasaplag si Parsugpatan inyaangan-angan ko. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Inan sobanan, magwit halinaw dindanyo. Hashtag I Connect Peace. Inan sobanan, magwit halinaw dindanyo. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Volunteers kami. Tayo kami na seguridad na komunidad del syudad. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Magandang umaga, buenos dias sa ating lahat. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ngayon ay Miyerkules na naman, isang araw ng Parsugpatan. Ayan, no? Today is December 30, isang araw na lang. Isang araw na lang at, dalawang araw, no? More than 48, less than 48 hours, 2021 na. Ayan, no? Ang marami sa atin ay naghahanda na para sa kanilang medianoche. Tama po ba yun? Medianoche. Ayan, kasi yung naglista ako ng ihahanda, nilagay ko dahil December 24, Noche Buena. Ang nilista ko sa akin, Buena Noche. Ayun. Kagabi nakalimutan kasi. Ayan, anyway, ayan, magandang umaga po. Buenos dias po. Kanatun todo. Ayan, sa ating lahat. Assalamualaikum. Ayan, magandang umaga. Ito na naman po si KM, isang oras ng Parsugpatan. Ang Parsugpatan po ay hatid sa atin ng Integrated Resource Development for Tribe People. Ayan. Funded by the Asia Foundation and in partnership with the Zamboanga City Technical Working Group on Preventing and Countering Violent Extremism and Terrorism, or sa bagong pangalan na Zamboanga Prevention Against Violent Extremism Task Force, SIPAVET, and headed by our chair from the local government unit, Sir Jojo Abdusalam, the executive assistant of the City Mayor's Office on Muslim Affairs, with our security sectors headed by the Joint Task Force Zamboanga, with Commander Colonel Antonio Jan Divinagracia. Magandang umaga po. Happy New Year po sa lahat. Sa ating 74th Infantry Battalion, hanggang ngayon po, for now, si Lieutenant Colonel James C. Sababan at ang ating Marine Battalion Landing Team 11, Lieutenant Colonel Joel O. Atienza. Kasama po rin natin ang Naval Forces Western Mindanao at ang Pro 9 or Police Regional Office 9. May bago na po silang Regional Director ngayon, no? Hope we can meet them po. At ang ating Zamboanga City Police Office headed by Police Colonel Rex Mel Reyes. And then, kasama rin po natin ang Salam Police Office. Ano, kasama or headed by Police Captain Benhar Salam and ang kanyang mga staff. Of course, sa Pronay naman, si Police Major Kareb Muharam. Ayan. At kasama rin po natin, ayan, nahulog ang aking mask. Kasama rin po natin ang ating academe sector, Western Mindanao State University, Peace and Human Security Institute, and with the director or executive director, Dr. Marcy Carpizo, ang ating Ateneo de Zamboanga University, ang Social Development Center, ang ating Zamboanga State College of Marine Sciences and Technology. And of course, kasama rin po natin ang religious sectors. Hindi natin yun dapat kalimutan. Ang Ulama Council of Zamboanga Peninsula with Sheikh Abdul Wakil Qasim and ang chair ng Committee on Crisis Management, si Sheikh Salman Sakili. Kasama rin po natin sila. Ang ating Christian communities with the evangelical churches, of course, ang kasama rin po natin ang Regional Director ng Office of the President on Religious Affairs, RD Mark Timirin, and of course, ang ating different civil society organizations katulad ng Jabu the Calling. Ang Amores Interfaith Council, kasama rin po natin dito sa ating TWGPC-BET. Ang ating naman pong One Muslim Christian Lumad Organization with Sir or Kadats or Ahmad Sampang, and of course ang ating ang iba pa po, Jabu the Calling, ang mga private sectors, no? Sina Ma'am Sheila Carpizo ng Kiwanis, na sina Dr. Romy Bagongon, ayan, at marami pa pong ibang sumusuporta, katulad po ng JCI Zamboanga, ayan, ng kanilang bagong president, si Reggie. Na-miss natin ang mga kasama natin, no? At mga iba pa pong mga private or individual sectors na laging sumusuporta sa lahat ng ating mga gawain, no? Lalo na sa peace and development. So ngayon, yun ay it took me at least mga 10 minutes para introduce, pero kailangan nating i-acknowledge ang ating mga partners, no? December 30 na, ilang araw na lang at tayo ay magse-celebrate na ng bagong taon. So yan, bago natin pag-usapan ng bagong taon, siyempre magiging parte ng ating usapan ngayong araw. Ang ating mga guests, ang ating mga anticipated guests for today sa ating Youth Hour ay ang ever active na youth, isa sa mga active youth organizations dito sa Zamboanga City, no? At balita ko ay nagkaroon sila ng national recognition. So ayan, nandito na sila ngayon konti kasi yan. Ito na po ang isa sa ating mga guests, so, from Ayudahan. Okay lang. Ayan. Ayan, good morning. Hello, Amina. Ayan, may paparating pa tayo isang guest, no? Na-caught up lang talaga sa traffic. Sobrang traffic. Since kahapon, no? Ayan. So, habang inihintay natin ang isa pa nating guest, hingin ko na introduce yourself.
So, hello po sa lahat. Magandang araw po. Ako po si Amina Shane Halil. Pero niyo po akong tawagin Amina or Shane po. Ako na po mag-adjust po.
Ayan. Si Amina ay galing sa isang youth organization. Saan ang mga organizations? Alam ko marami kang involved ka sa different youth organizations. No?
Yes po. I'm more of youth advocacy and environmental conservation po. Pero right now po, Jaime and I are working on with Ayudahan po and Seeds of Hope project po. Also, I've been working with the United States Government Alumni Association po.
Hindi ba siya yung YCLI iba din?
YCD din po,
YCD.
sa mga City Hub.
Sa Zamboanga City. So, abay, niintay natin ang ating darating pang guest. Magkwento naman, siguro, later na yung tungkol sa you are working with together sa isang organization, no? Ayan. So, kwento mo muna yung mga ginagawa ninyo as yung different organization. As a youth organization. Sabi mo nga kanina, more on sa peace and environmental advocacy.
So, I think I'd start with my intentions po. I mean, saan po ako nag-start? So, I started when I was 7 years old. I think, we know for each other, I worked with and I volunteered sa Peace Advocate from Zamboanga. And then, when I was 7, I was super ingay. And then, I had talent with acting. So, I joined Peace Advocacy specifically sa anti-human trafficking po ako before. And then, suddenly, nag-develop na po siya. Until such time, I met the Peace Advocate from Zamboanga and Mr. Light for Peace. So, dun po, medyo na-hone yung skills ko in terms of peace advocacy. And then, after that, I became an exchange student to the United States of America and under the Philippine Youth Leadership Program po. And then, where I went to the US for a month to be trained on peace building and environmental preservation. So, dun ko po nahanap yung self ko. After that, when I came back when I was 17, I launched my first community project, an environmental conservation project, specifically focusing po on marine conservation. Kasi I believe na ang usaping pangkalikasan po ay magkarugtong po siya sa usaping pangkapayapaan kasi everything is connected to everything else. So, starting from that, I work on environmental conservation projects and peace building projects po when I came back. So, right now, I've been working with the Alumni Association of the United States Government Alumni Association and also the Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative, Zamboanga City Hub. So, ngayon po, our initiatives are more of under mental health and also giving the psychosocial support to our communities in the graphics communities po.
Ayun, no? Ganon. So, ang kwento mo kanina, at 7 years old, may talent ka na sa, magiging maingay. Nagkakitaan mo ng sarili mo as youth leader, no? At pas nahon dahil sa pag-attend ng mga youth, mga, para sa mga youth na organization.
I started, yung sa Children's Summer Peace Camp lang. I was a peace camper po. 2006, I think. And then dun po, sumasayaw-sayaw ako. So dun po, medyo na, siyempre mainit tayo. So parang na-discover. Mga ganung peg po tayo.
Ito yung maganda, no? Kasi at 7 years old, ayun, meron ng nakita mo na yung sarili, no? Or siguro naramdaman mo na ito may talent naman ako, why not use it? So ito yung maganda at young age, and then parang may backup na or parang may sumusunod sa iyo, sumusuporta na sige, ipagpatuloy mo yung mga ginagawa mo hanggang sa ngayon. Ilang taon ka na ba ngayon?
I'm 21 po.
21, di halata.
Pero nung 7 po, mas maliit po talaga ako.
Ayun.
Para akong 4 years old na po.
Cute.
Opo.
Oo. Ayun, no, at 7, nakakitaan na yung pagiging madaldal at nagamit sa mabuti. At ngayon, so na ano mo yung pagiging peace advocate mo and environmental advocate.
Opo.
Ayan.
I think po kasi it's a process talaga. It's not like like a one-shot thing na you can say na you're an advocate in an instant.
Correct.
An advocate has like continuous learning po, like that. Just like now, I'm still learning a lot of things, a lot of concepts, and still getting myself grounded po with a lot of things. Right now, I admit I have a lot of things to work on pa despite of working for a lot of years po. So, right now, I think being an advocate, kailangan po natin maging open to learning, open to criticisms, and open to, suggestions from other people. Ayun,
no? So, yun yung maganda. At least, hindi hindi napunta sa kung saan, kung ano yung talent and mas nahuna mga skills, no, sa inyo. So, ayun ang ako. So, sa environment, nagkasama tayo sa environmental activities, no?
Opo,
Ayan,
edi sa ano po, sa Azabidin po.
oo. Ayan, no? So, saan mo na-discover? Kasi, children summer camps, ayun, nag-umpisa ka, so more on peace building activities. So, yung sa environment naman, gusto kong malaman.
Kasi di ba, sa Peace Advocate sa mga forum, tinuturo po sa atin yung 6 petals of peace po.
Yeah.
So, I learned, parang feeling ko, na-find ko po yung heart ko doon sa living in harmony with the earth. Yung isang petal po doon. And then, when I went, kasi I'm really an adventurer po. Like, I'm outgoing person. I love adventure and nature. So, I think, dun ko po siya nahanap. But in environmental conservation kasi, it's really a broad advocacy. So, you have to choose where to put yourself in. And when I joined YCD po, when I joined YCD, specifically the YCD Mindanao Sea Camp, I find myself in marine conservation po. I've been with other youth advocates po from all over Mindanao. We were trained on marine conservation and environmental conservation with Miss Ana Oposa, and I think I found myself in the blue waters. Parang po. Parang I want to become a mermaid. If pwede. May mga ganun po. So, dun ko po siya nahanap, and also after ko pong mag-exchange student, dun ko rin po siya nahanap. Kasi parang we've been exposed to environmental organizations just like the Ocean Conservancy in Washington, D.C. So, parang yung heart ko po, na-feel ko po dun. Parang meron akong spark. Kung sa pagmamahal, may spark. Sa advocacy, meron din pong spark. And also, I realized na in environmental conservation, we cannot be a superhero where we can solve all the problems.
Correct.
So, we have to focus on one advocacy, and I'm choosing marine conservation.
Oo, yun na nga yung sanang gusto ko rin sabihin, no. Ay, maraming advocacies, no. Maraming mga parang mga departments or mga units ang mga advocacies. So, sa peace building advocacy, sa environmental, sa mental health. So, at least na naging focus ka sa isang bagay or doon tumibok ang puso mo, no, sa yung passion mo sa environment. Pero ang pagkakaalam ko, meron din tayo tungkol sa mental health advocacies, no?
Sa United States Government Alumni Association, aside po rin sa work on namin ni Jaime, I'm also working with United States Government Alumni Association. We are composed of alumni coming from different exchange program na funded ng US po. So, we've been working on, we work on the Break the Stigma project, where we trained young leaders or youth leaders about mental health, and also pushing the advocacy for breaking the stigma po on mental health.
Sandali, guys ko. Ayan. So, yun yung ating magiging mas mapag-uusapan tungkol sa mental health, no? Lalo na breaking the stigma, no? So, sandali. At mamaya konti, nandito na si Dear. Ayan, no?
Stop lang po talaga ating si
Oo, buti nga kami maaga na nakaano, pero dapat mas maaga pa noon. Anyway, so pagpatuloy natin ng kailan mo na, para pagdating na Jaime, continue na lang tayo, no? So kailan mo nakilala ang ayudahan?
Nakilala ko pang ayudahan, I think this year po, when actually when we and Jaime had one event where I was the host and he was the speaker. So parang din po kami nagkaroon ng interaction, and also na-discuss po namin yung mga plans namin ng mental health stuff. And I think na-meet, quarantine made me meet ayudahan, ganun. So parang starting from that, I started to become more grounded sa community and grassroots community, specifically dun sa Kasanyahan, where kung saan kami kung saan namin nila-launch yung Seed of Hope. So, this year ko lang po siya
na-meet. Oo. Bago lang naman kasi ang ayudahan. Ayudahan is one of the products galing sa Mindanao na ginawa in partnership with, of course, funded din siya ng the Asia Foundation and yung mga communities ng IRDT. So, mga youth and community leaders, and kahit ang mga NGOs is naging sa kami, and from there bawat isa, and out of 11 ata dito sa Zampen, no, si Ayudahan ang isa sa mga nagpakita talaga ng parang patuloy na ginagawa. So yun na nga sana gusto kong itanong kay Jaime.
Wala pa yung project director natin.
Kaya nga, no. Anyway, so ayan, ngayon konti, I'm sure nandito na yun kasi nasa naman, sa may KCC na nga daw.
Buti medyo,
Pero hindi ka naman nag-grocery, anak. Ayan.
medyo mahaba po yung yung sa parking area.
Kaya,
Abot langit ang pila.
oo, no? Grabe. Marami talaga. Despite of pandemic, marami pa rin kung handa ang mga tao.
Opo.
Sandali, ha? So, ayan, magpapatuloy pa rin tayo. Ayan, no? Ay, nandito na. So, back to Ayudahan, no? Our project director, project manager, project officer, co-founder. Ayan, upo. And welcome, Jaime. Magandang umaga, be.
Good morning. Pasensya late.
Oo, I know.
Grabing traffic.
Oo. Ayan, nandito ang microphone ata. Ayun. Yan ba? Ayan, hawak mo. Ayan. So, magandang umaga. Nakahinga ka na? Hinga muna? Okay na. Anyway, ayan, no? Sa mga nanonood at nakikinig ngayon, baka may mga tanong kayo or may mga shoutouts kayo. So may mga gustong itanong sa ating mga youth leaders na present dito ngayon sa ating Parsugpatan. You can text us at 0915-523-5936 or sa RPN DXXX hotline 0905-063-2082. And sa mga kaka-tune in pa lang, you can also watch us live para makita ninyo ang aming mga magagandang faces, mga magagandang mukha at mga nagagwapuhang mukha through our Facebook Live and YouTube. Show that RPN DXXX Sambanga. Ayan. Okay na. Inhale, exhale na. Okay. Yan. Magandang umaga. At sa ating bisita na nandito, ayan, please do introduce yourself. Welcome pala, Be. Yeah.
Hi, I am Jaime Salva. So, we founded the Ayudahan. Ayudahan is more of the reaching out to grassroots community, trying to create safe space for people who are victim of Zamboanga siege, and we are trying to create interventions for the youth, for their well-being, spiritual empowerment, youth empowerment, and so on and so forth. So we are working during this pandemic for them also.
Ayan. So, yun na nga sabi mo, during this pandemic, since nag-umpisa ang pandemic, alam natin ang Ayudahan has been working since last year, no? So, ayan, sabi ko nga kay Amina, out of 11 social media campaigns, yung Ayudahan ang nag-excel. Ayan, hindi lang siya social media campaign, kundi naging community-based na siya. No? So, despite of this pandemic, continuous ang inyong mga ginagawa. Tell us more about that. Ikaw na.
Kayo na pa akong chichika.
Actually we started with reaching out to frontliners. We started with fasting frontliners, and then doon namin na-realize na grabe pala yung sufferings ng mga frontliners during this pandemic, kasi when we reach out to the nurses, merong isang nurse na talagang reach out siya for expressing his gratitude dahil nga sa effort na ginawa namin. Kasi for them, sabi niya, sobrang nakakapagod daw yung ginagawa nila, and then they don't have enough time to prepare pagkain, to break their fast. So most of the time parang late na sila nagbe-break ng fast, and then hindi nila kayang mag-break ng fast sa together with family, kasi yun nga, baka anxious sila na baka madala nila yung sickness sa bahay. And then doon kami nag-start, and then we started to identify problems, especially yung inadapt namin na community. And yun, nakita namin na there are children na hindi kayang i-sustain yung quality education nila. So we try to make interventions for them. And then ngayon, we are creating another interventions for youth who are engaged with vices community kasi according sa narratives ng community leaders, most of the youth ngayon are engaged with mostly with drugs and then conflict ganun. So we are trying to create interventions for them, peace interventions ganun po. And we try to ano bang tawag dyan? Provide also relief goods operations sa mga far-flung areas ganun po.
Oo. So, naging, nandun yung realization na mahirap yung napagdaanan ng ating mga communities, no? Kahit mismo tayo, no? During the pandemic. And good to know na nag-take action ang ayudahan sa sa mental health, sa mental health perspective. And then, nagkaroon na ng sanga-sanga or nagkaroon na ng developments, no? So, it's good na you have been working with that and working with the different sectors. So, naikwento nga ni Amina kanina ang inyong love story. Ay, joke lang. Hindi, joke lang. Ang inyong connection, no? And just this year na nga, na nagkaroon ng connection, no? Ng pag-uusap tungkol sa the same advocacies. So, paano yung siya nagkaroon ng, paano yung nag-develop ng ngayon partners or magkakasama na kayo sa isang project? Tingin na ng
ang pinaka main factor ng pagkabuo ng actually before pandemic parang nasa verge na kami ng na point na parang it's pandemic, wala kaming kayang gawin, so might as well post na lang muna. And then most of the core member kasi they are experiencing anxiety disorder, and then also some of us are experiencing depression. So yung point na nag-reach out kami sa fasting frontliners, doon nag-open up yung minds namin na we really have to do something. And then ang pinaka-interesting kasi doon is most of our core groups were experiencing depression. So sabi namin, if let's try to reach out sa grassroots community, and then let's try to find yung problems na na-encounter nila. And then ang pinaka-amazing doon, we find our project as healing intervention, not just for the people at the grassroots community but also for us, for the core members. And then we find pandemic as really productive for us, and also we find it a healing process for us as a group. And at the same time, we see people at the grassroots community na alam niyo, despite the difficulties na they face, parang yung smile lang nila during this pandemic was really heartwarming for us, yun po. And then we get to hear yung mga narratives ng people, yung actual narratives na hindi nakikita ng mga tao. For example, meron sa mga families na they kapag feeling nila they have symptoms na they prefer na wag nang pumunta ng hospital kasi they accept the fate na alam mo yun, ito na yung kalagayan natin, and maybe this is the end. Ganun most of the families ganun. And then actually ang daming narratives na na-collect namin sa people at the grassroots community. And sa education nila, sa what else? Actually a lot of things yun po.
Ayun, no. So, sabi nga nila, kung meron ang isang conflict pang matatawag natin sa pandemic or sa isang disaster, no, meron ring hindi siya puro na lang negative na nangyari. Merong nag-open rin ng ibang opportunity sa mga iba't ibang aspekto or iba't ibang bagay, no. So isa na ang interventions mas lalong nag-develop ang inyong mga ginagawa, no. So balita ko, ang ayudahan ay merong national recognition. Pero before that, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating kwento about ayudahan, ayan, we will pause muna for a short break.
Halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman.
Tausog ako, tawi-tawi in hula ko, kasadyahitraan in kabayaan mapaawon hakauman. Hashtag I Connect Peace. Sinama ako, di kayo anak bilahin nabang makasambuhan makakahapan lahat ko tawi-tawi. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Kulay man natin magkaiba, mundo natin ay isa, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman. Halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman.
Estudyante ako. I enjoy my youth. I will not destroy my future. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
IDPEO, Biktima de Guerra. Deseo de mio el paz. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Mundo natin ay isa, maghawak-hawak ng halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman.
Maguindanao na ako, pagtabang ako, kano kagkapya, ando kang baya-baya, no magingad. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
I am a teacher. I teach peace. I respect diversity of culture and religion in school. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Kulay man natin magkaiba, mundo natin ay isa, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman. Halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman.
Sa magulong mundo, pektado ako, tutulong ako. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Medic ako, nagre-rescue ako. I save lives. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Kulay man natin magkaiba, mundo natin ay isa, maghawak-hawak ng halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman.
Community development ako. Imagpasaplag si Parsugpatan inya angan-angan ko. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Inan sobanan, magwit halinaw dindanyo. Hashtag I Connect Peace. Inan sobanan, magwit halinaw dindanyo. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Isa, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman. Halina't sumayaw sa ilalim ng araw, maghawak-hawak ng kamay, isigaw ng sabay-sabay, kabayaman.
Salam volunteers kami. Taayuda kami na seguridad na komunidad del syudad. Hashtag I Connect Peace.
Kabayaman.
And we are back. Ayan, at tayo po ay nagbabalik, no? Habang naka-break kanina, so kami nagkukwentuhan lang naman. Kumustahan ulit. Kasi after ilang months, ngayon lang ulit kami nagkita. Ayan, so si Amina after ilang years, char. Hindi rin naman masyado, no? Pero hindi masyado kami na nagkukwentuhan. And then si Jaime, after ilang months, oo, nag-usap lang kami sa Messenger, hi, hello. Ingat, tapos na anak, bye. Ganun lang. Anyway, so pagpatuloy, kanina before mag-break, no? Wala bang boses ko? Ayan. kanina before mag-break na itanong ko kay Jaime. So, ang ayudahan ay naka-receive ng national recognition. So, paano ba yun siya?
Actually, yung BARM yung nag-nominate sa amin. And then, it was search for the outstanding COVID volunteer. And then, yun. So, sa Region 9, we were selected as the representative for Region 9 sa National Awards. And, syempre, we cannot have this award without the team ng ayudahan. Especially si Amina. Siya talaga yung pinaka-ulo-ulo ng lahat.
Ikaw kaya?
Yun. So, yun. Na-recognize yung mga efforts namin sa grassroots community, especially yung building peace ngayon sa grassroots community. We teach proper hand washing sa children. We give relief goods, tapos face mask, face shield, tapos Islamic empowerment, and then moral stories, values, ganun. And then now we are trying to do it with the youth who are engaged with drugs and conflicts sa grassroots community. Yeah.
Meron ba kayong target communities? Kung dito sa Zamboanga City, anong target barangay ninyo? Or parang yung adapted barangay na Kasi sa out of 98, alam naman natin, hindi natin makaya ang lahat.
We adapt the barangay Kasanyangan where they are victims ng Zamboanga siege.
So, yun. Isa for now, barangay Kasanyangan muna Oo. So yung mga naging participants ninyo doon, kung maliban sa relief goods kasi buong family na yan. So, sino ba yung parang naging target beneficiaries ninyo or recipients ninyo sa inyong mga interventions?
Before it was, we were targeting the kids po. So, right now, we would like to target the youth kasi according sa kanya nga, yung based sa narratives ng community, parang they have been subject to vices and then conflict within different groups. So, right now, we want to create an intervention wherein they will focus their energy on things such as like urban container farming, because we also believe that food insecurity is really a problem right now, and we want to teach the youth how to grow their own food because we want to create like a sustainable future for them, a food secure future for them.
So that the food security or urban farming is in partnership with
Kids Who Farm po.
Kids Who Farm. Ayan kina Remja ambassador. Kayo mga ambassadors ng Kids Who Farm.
Nasa Ramon P. Hinay po.
Oo. Sana isang araw madala mo dito si Sir.
Opo, sige. Po.
Oo, kayong tatlo. Ikaw, si Remjan, and si Sir.
Meron pa po sina Ken Torres. Actually, marami po kami.
Marami kayo.
Medyo, nag-start po kasi kami this year, last year lang po, and then we suddenly grew. Kasi it was found by a little kid, smaller than me. Yan, elementary po siya. So, yun. And his father.
So, magandang stepping stones, no? Kasi, kayo, from your na rin, kasi from your experience na rin, no? So, makikita, ipaano mo sa kanila ang pagiging isang role model, no? Since 7 years old. So, eto naman sa Kids Who Farm naman, at 9? At 8? At 9 years.
9 years old po.
9 years old. So, ganyan, no? Oo. So, ako at at young age, char. Anyway, so, ayun, no, ipinapakita na kahit na sa or amidst this pandemic na kinakaharap natin, kahit na sabihin na gasgas na yung salitang amidst this pandemic, pero yun naman talagang nangyayari nga na amidst this pandemic, nagagawa natin ng paraan na maging productive, lalo na kayo as youth leaders, no? Sana sa mga ibang youth na nasa bahay lang, no? Or kahit minsan nakikita kasi nilang pag nasa bahay ka lang boring yung tapos walang magagawa, walang pasyal dito, walang pasyal doon, so hindi nila nakikita yung pwedeng maging opportunity, no? Kahit na nasa bahay. Oo. So, ano ba yung mga challenges pa, Jaime? Alam ko, sa lahat naman ng mga ginagawa natin, may mga challenges rin. So, sa ngayon, ano naman sa tingin may naging challenges? And sa tingin mo naman na ma-overcome ninyo?
I think one of the challenges po is the mobilization din po. And because dahil sa mga protocols po, we have to follow them. And also, para actually kailangan po natin i-follow yun. And para maiwasan din po natin yung spread. Medyo hesitant po kami to do actually face-to-face interventions kasi yun na nga, the risk are there. And then, as a student nurse po, I know the risk. So, right na po, ang resolution po namin for that is that we just tailor fit our interventions sa protocols. We just follow them. And then, as a student nurse, I inject what I know, the concepts doon para, and also we teach health and sanitation education because we believe it's one of the things na kailangan din ng communities. Kasi if the people in the central are vulnerable, what more sila? So I think it's better to let them know the risk and how to prevent it.
Ayun. So, asa ayudahan?
Isa sa mga na-encounter namin na challenges yung manpower. Sobrang napaka-limited ng people na pwede mag-help to provide intervention sa community. And nakita namin yun nung we are preparing for the project, no, every time na before we go there, minsan meron kaming mga people na walang tulog kasi yun nga, they have to take over, and then sobrang nahihirapan kasi kailangan ng malaking preparation dahil yun nga, konti lang yung manpower to do the things for us to provide the intervention. And then another factor na encounter namin is yung talaga most of the sa mga sa ibang core namin is they constantly experience talaga anxiety and depression. And for me as we try to provide them with Islamic mental health for them para to uplift their spirit na we are doing this for the sake of the community. And yun nga, napakadaming tao. I think this is the time where people are really value time and effort ng ibang tao kasi yun nga, we are distant from each other, and sobrang valuable ng time and effort ng people na sinisik especially at the grassroots community. Makikita mo talaga yung smile sa faces nila, yung joy na na-experience nila sa kapag pumupunta ka doon sa kanila kasi yun nga, yung help is hindi talaga umaabot sa kanila, especially this time. And meron pang talaga grabe talaga yung corruption, and sabi ko OMG. And then yung time and effort lang na binibigay mo, even it's very small, so sa kanya sobrang sobrang big deal talaga sa kanila yung and yun siguro.
Oo, no. Sobrang kahit paano nandoon yung struggles, pero pag nakita mo ang kanilang ngiti, kahit na hindi nakita yung mask, no, yung through mask, yung sa mga eyes na smiling eyes nga, no, nakikita yung ngiti, naririnig niyo yung mga pasalamat. Malaking bagay rin yun, no.
Naalala ko pa nga nung intervention namin sa mga bata, for example during ano ba yun, snack time, ganun. Hinihila ko ng mga bata para dalhin sa sa bahay nila, sa family nila. Sabi ko, minsan nakapapa ako, naglalakad, sabi ko, teka lang,
ganon.
Sobrang alam mo yun, sobrang nakakapagod mag-prepare, pero the moment na nandun ka, parang nawawala lang din kasi yun nga, you experience the joy of helping other people. And alam mo yun, for them sobrang stressful ng experience nila, but pagpunta mo nun, alam mo yun, parang it's just amazing na they see light sa ginagawa natin, parang ganun po.
Speaking of mga bata, speaking of mental health, no, minsan speaking of anxiety, ayun, isa sa mga parang experience na rin or nakikita natin yung mga bata, lalo, 'di ba bawal lumabas ang mga bata, no, lalo 16 pa baba or 15 pa baba, no. Pero ayan, yung mga may sasakyan, pwede naman nakakaano naman sila kahit paano. Pero yung mga bata na kahit nasa loob ng sasakyan, kapag nasa may checkpoint na, kailangang magtago. Parang nakakatawa pero nakakaiyak isipin na, ala, kahit na binibiro, huwag ka matakot kasi ano naman, ihatid ka lang naman kay lola or ihatid ka naman kay ni tito. Hindi, sabihin lang naman natin yan. Hindi naman ikaw mamasyal. Hindi, tago. Kailangan magtago. Kailangan nilang magtago.
Akala po kasi nila bata po.
Ang ganyan, tinatanong talaga yung dad mo. Dali mo birth certificate mo, be. Diba parang nakakatawa. Isa, dalawang beses ko kinukwento, nakakatawa. Pero ngayon, pag kinukwento ko na siya, ngayon, parang naiiyak ako kasi, oo nga, diba, lalo na sa mga non-Muslim communities, lalo na nagsa-celebrate ng Christmas, nadadaanan namin yung City Hall. Hindi na, ako, sa akin, hindi naman mahilig sa mga ganun na, yung selfie kapag sa mga ganung, lalo na sa maraming tao. Pero yung mga bata, gustong-gusto ng ganun. So, kailangang ipasyal. Pero paano yun, yung ganung klase na nag-effort ng gano'n ng ating government or ang ating LGU para kahit na nabubuhay pa rin yung spirit of Christmas, no? Pero paano yung mga batang hindi makalabas? May mga bata na pwede kasi nasa sasakyan sila. Pwede silang bumaba sandali na para mag-selfie lang with our families. Paano yung mga wala, yung mga hindi talaga pwedeng lumabas? You know, nakaka-frustrate. So, paano mapaintindi yung Christmas sa kanila? Lalo na kung yung ibang parents naman, wala namang, kahit pambili siguro ng Christmas wrapper, na tag 5 piso, dati na 2 piso lang, ngayon 5 piso na. Ayun, anong ibibili nila kung ganito, mahirap pa rin ang buhay, no? So, pagdating naman sa mga bata, ano na may mga ninyo, part ng initiatives ninyo na tungkol sa ganung klase ng mental stress. Stress pa rin yun, di ba? Oo.
So, every time sa Seeds of Hope po, every Sunday, pumupunta po kami dun. And parang by batch po namin ginagawa. So, 20 kids per batch. And then, sa first po, ang binibigay po namin, syempre, kailangan po namin silang turuan ng health and sanitation protocols and how to actually help prevent COVID-19. Yun po yung pinaka-first na tinuturo namin. And after that, of course, parang nagkakaroon po kami ng little bonding, ganun, through sa pagkain po, ganun. Kasi alam namin yun po yung nagpapasaya sa kanila. So, after that, we also, one of our members, si David Casas po, he's the one responsible for giving storytelling sa mga bata. So, he tells stories about Peter Pan, mga ganun po. So, parang nag-enjoy po talaga sila dun. And also, at the same time, sila po, nag-BJ sila ng Islamic stories and teachings po, right after po.
So, Islamic teachings, hindi lang naman para sa mga Muslim children, no? And non-Muslims. At mas...
Muslim-dominated kasi yung community.
Okay. Pero meron namang instances na may mga non-Muslims.
I think, wala po kami na-encounter.
Sa inyong community.
Pero same religion but different lang po. May mga sama, so ganun lang.
Cultural siguro.
So, ayun. Pero handa ka naman siguro ma-explain sa mga, kasi di ba ang pagkakaalam ko may mga iba rin kayo magiging interventions and talagang kasama naman ng Islamic perspective. Paano siya with the non-Muslims?
For non-Muslims naman, like, kaya naman, kasi ang ginagawa ko is like, mostly stories. So, when there is, non-Muslim, siguro like, we explain kung anong, bakit ginagawa ito ng Muslims, bakit ganito yung paniniwala namin, no, to let them understand. Pero ang pinaka-point talaga dun is yung story, kung paano nila ma-reflect yung sarili nila during these challenges and paano i-maintain yung faith, ganun. So, yun, it's challenge to everyone naman, but yun. Yeah.
Ayun, so and in general naman yung stories, no, kasi yung at the end yung moral ng story ang mahalaga. Yan, kailangan lang ipaintindi kasi may mga iba talaga na sabi mo nga nung nakaraan na naging struggle yung parang kanilang attention kasi hindi kanila, di ba? So anyway, may 7 minutes pa tayo. Pero tingin ko ang 7 minutes mahaba pa rin yan. Di ba, Ams? Amina, mahaba kasi para sa Ams. Di ba? Mahaba yan siya. Actually. Anyway, so ano ba yung what are you looking forward? Ngayon is December 30, bukas 31. January 1 na, 2021. What are you looking forward to 2021?
2021, for us kasi, 2020 was really challenging pero sobrang fulfilling sa amin. Like, as a group, as individual, sobrang malaking tulong sa amin yung mga interventions na ginawa namin. Talagang nag-open talaga sa eyes namin yung situation ng community, especially sa grassroots community, na meron talaga tayong dapat gawin. Kasi yun nga, always nga natin sinasabi yung hashtag na we heal as one. So, I think this is the time na malaki yung opportunity natin to close the gap between like reconstructing social broken relationships with community and central and the grassroots community, kasi this is the time na kailangan talaga nila ng help sa and we look forward sa 2021 na yun nga, we find interventions for them siguro more impactful for the youth and innovative for them. And yun, we are looking for a lot of projects and a lot of interventions for the grassroots community. And especially ngayon, like, very eager talaga yung team namin to reach out with the dahil sa mga narratives na na-collect namin with the grassroots community.
So for 2021, we look forward for it to become a year of growth, year of opportunities, and also a year of holistic impact sa community. Kasi we chose Kasanyagan, we don't choose just iba't ibang communities po because we wanted to focus our interventions on one community first. Kasi we would like it to become holistic, something like that. Kasi we believe that we cannot solve all the problems all at once with just one-shot projects. We want to make sustainable projects po with them, and we want to connect with them. Parang ganun. Kasi it's really hard to build the trust of the community if once ka lang pumunta doon. Kasi knowing that they're really vulnerable to all the promises of people, it's really hard to build their trust. So what we're doing now is we want to establish rapport and to continue our interventions with them until 2021 or until the years to come if given the opportunity po. So we would like 2021 to be a year of holistic growth too, kasi we believe that our interventions do not just help the community, it also helps us to actually realign or recalibrate our life po. Parang ganun. We find our purpose there, and also it helps us also build our skills then, and also interpersonal skills with the community, and it also lets us understand. So we hope that in 2021 we can still continue what we're doing, because according sa kanya, if the pre-COVID times is the time that we should help the people, the COVID pandemic or this COVID era should be the time where they need most of our help po.
Ayun. So, ano ang inyong mensahe sa kapwa ninyo kabataan naman?
Ano ba, ikaw?
Ikaw una.
Yun nga, usually sinasabi ko sa mga youth is that this is the time where people are in need of each other, ganun. We really don't have to do a lot of things, no, to make an impact sa individual life. But I think kahit yung simple na time na mag-invest ka to someone, it's very huge help for them. Kasi I think sa Ayudahan we started with we try to reach out sa fellow core namin kung kamusta na. And that's the time we understand kung ano yung pinagdadaanan ng kasama namin. And I think pinaka-valuable talaga ngayon is yung efforts ng kahit na sino to reach out to anybody. Kasi lahat naman tayo is victim during this pandemic. Wala naman talagang maybe walang ligtas, but all of us are we are victim. And I think pinaka malaking magagawa talaga natin is to give time and effort to someone, or maybe if you have the capability to help or reach out sa community, then that's the time we have to Pero yun nga, because it's pandemic, lahat naman tayo in constraint, no? Hindi naman talaga we are all limited during this pandemic.
Yeah, for me my message po as a youth or a young person is that do not let other people tell you what to do, ganun. Despite of being young, you can actually do a lot of things, and even small things, you can do a lot of things. And even if you're at home, you can still do something through digital volunteerism and actually sharing reliable and actually great news and also positive narratives of the people. So it is about time for us to actually use the platform of social media to spread the good news and positivity and not negativity. And also take time to resist, because when you resist, remember to always base it on objective and facts, kasi dito nagkakaroon ng problems. Also, as advocates, we have to also take into consideration ourselves, kasi sobrang nakaka-burnout talaga ng ginagawa. So, if nagkakaroon ka ng burnout, always take time to rest, and always remember why you're starting and your purpose. Ganun. So, always remember din na keep on pushing forward and never let someone else tell you what to do.
May
Ayun.
pinaguhugutan.
Oo nga eh. May pinagugutan eh. Anyway, before time again, last na. Baka may gusto kayong pasalamatan.
Siyempre, we would like to thank yung core group ng Ayudahan na si Kuya John, si David, si Harvey, si Ben, and especially yung grassroots community, kasi hindi naman magiging successful yung intervention namin kung wala yung cooperation ng community. And also yung mga mentors namin, and especially Amina, kasi siya talaga yung factor kung paano kami na encourage to move forward. And then also the people behind the project, our families, our friends, always nandyan sa amin. Yung mga mentors namin, si Ma'am Tina, teachers ko sa WIMSU, they always check on me kung kamusta na, anong pinagdadaanan, kasi diagnosed din ako ng depression, so yun. And yun, also sa IRDT, sa mga partner organizations, Peace Connect, Equal Access International, and what else? The rest of the partners, no? Yun siguro.
Maraming salamat sa inyong oras. It's already 11:01. Isang oras na naman ang usaping kabataan, no? Youth Hour, kasama na kito. Dating youth. Anyway, ayan, sa ngalan po ng IRDT, to our Executive Director, Kauma Jikir Isnain, our President, Sir Ben Maas Usug, at sa bumubuo po ng team ng IRDT, ayan, saan mang sulok ng Sampen, Basulta. Ayan, nasa iba't ibang lugar ang aming mga team. And ayan, ito po si KM. Sa ngalan po ng IRDT, sa ngalan po ng Parsugpatan, magandang umaga po.